Hi everybody, welcome to Spydey Vee, and today I'm doing the Tarantula Tag. I've just been tagged to do the 10 questions. In case you guys don't know what it is, I'm sure everybody does, but if you don't, Tarantula Tag was started by Tarantula Cat, and the concept is she's posed 10 questions which we need to answer as YouTube channels, and once we've completed the 10 questions, we tag somebody else and ask them a specific question that we want to know about their channel, or about them as a person. So I have been tagged by Super Tarantella, and now it's my turn to go through the 10 questions. And at the end, I'll answer her question and then tag a new person and ask that person a question about something that I would like to find out about them and their channel. Right, so question number 1, how did I get into tarantulas? I think it's the same for all the guys. We've always been interested in hohos or bugs and stuff since we were small. I always was. I really enjoyed the bugs documentaries on TV more than a lot of the other stuff, although I love all nature stuff. The bugs, wasps, ants, spiders, tarantulas, anything was more, geared towards me. I like that stuff more. When I was 14, my dad was house sitting for a friend, and their son had 2 tarantulas. I think they were king baboons, and he had a strange setup. He kept them on newspaper inside budgie or parakeet cages. So yeah, anyway, but that was a strange setup. But anyway, that was the first time I ever saw anybody keeping tarantulas. Look, I just wanted to change hobbies because I wasn't spending enough time at home over the weekends, so I needed to find something that I could do at home. And I just walked into a pet store the one day. I saw tarantulas, and that I thought, well, I could possibly keep one of that. And yeah, so that's where it started for me. I was back and forth to the store over quite a long period of time, and eventually I asked the guy at the store, what is a good spider to start off with, and he opened one of the little containers that he had there, and there was a 1.5 to 2 inch sling that climbed out onto his hand. He put his hand out to me, and I put my hand out, and the little T jumped, or didn't jump, but it crawled onto my hand, and then that was it. I had to get it. I bought it that day, actually. And that comes to question number 2. Question number 2 is, what was my first tarantula? My first tarantula was a Grammostola pulchripes, the Choco Golden Knee. I loved that spider. It was really, really great. I loved everything about it. The nice, really dark brown color of it. The golden stripes on the legs and so on. I got it as a sling. It did grow to maybe about 3.5 inches or so, maybe a bit bigger than that. But then one day it was just I just found it in a death curl. I wasn't clued up enough at that stage to know why it had died or what had happened. So at that stage I kind of gave up on the hobby. So but anyway, that was my first T. It was a Choco Golden Knee. Right, question number 3. My favorite species. I'm going to mention 3 here because look, it's hard to just mention one. So the first category of my favorite species would be the favorite one that I currently own. The favorite one I currently own would be my Chilean rose, the Grammostola rosea. Fantastic little T. Really aggressive with takedowns. It's always out. So I can always see it, and I love the colors as well. It's got a nice temperament. It's not an aggressive kind of species or defensive kind of species. They're kind of pretty chilled. Although I've heard that a lot of other people say that they can be a little grumpy later on. But look, I don't handle. It's just not something I do. So for me, it is I haven't really seen anything aggressive or defensive about it at all. You know, the only kind of aggressive behavior is when it's taking down its food. Then my favorite arboreal species, that would be a Pizzolateria regalis. That is a fantastic spider to me. A lot of the guys would prefer the Metallica, because it's the bright blue and the bright yellow chevrons on the legs and so on. It's a fantastic spider. But for me personally, I like the regalis because it's more silver and black, and that is just beautiful to me. Then terrestrials, my favorite terrestrials, that's a toss-up between the Grammostola pulchripes, purely because that was the first tea I ever owned, and obviously your first tea has got that. There's a connection there that you can't get with your third and fourth and fifth, or whatever. And then the other one would be the Grammostola pulchra. It's between those two that would be my favorite terrestrial species. And that brings us to question number 4, which would, what would be my dream species? Well, I've just bought my dream species. I just got it the other day, the Brachypelma emilia. That was one that I was always after for a long time. It really appealed to me. I called her Zorro, by the way, because Zorro's got that black mask, and obviously the Emilia has got that black triangle from the chelicerae into the center of the carapace. So for me, that looks like a little black mask that it's tied over its head. So Zorro is my Emilia Sling's name now. But look, obviously I've got that one now, so I've got a new dream species, and that is the GBB, the Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. That one is fantastic to me. I love the coloration, bright blue legs, green carapace, bright orange abdomen. They get quite big as well. I hear the guys say that they get up to about 6 inches, sometimes a little bit bigger. So nice size tea as well. Plus you get such a variety of things about it. It webs really heavily as well. That's the one great thing about it that I love. I love to all my little guys here. None of them are webbers, so I want a webber. That's going to be one of the next things. They've got a bit of all fields really. Look, I don't have one. I've seen a lot of the videos that the guys are saying. So they kind of are. They like to be sort of semi-arboreal. They like to climb up, and the webbing is nice as well, because they web on anchor points all over, and then obviously they do, some of them dig as well, then make a burrow and then web the burrow up, and so you kind of get something of everything as well. And they are very aggressive with their takedowns of food, and they're not too shy either when they get to be adults, from what I've seen. So something that is really beautiful. It's out there and available to see all the time. It's in this nice eerie web, of thick web of silk all the time, and yeah. So for me, that'll be a great species to have. So definitely, if I get a chance, that's going to be the next one. How many teas do I have? This is question number 5. How many tarantulas do I own? I've got 5 now. One Gramstola rosea, the Chilean rose, one Lasiodora difficilis, which is the Brazilian fire red. I've got 2 Nandru chromatis, one's a sub-adult or a sub-adult or a juvie, kind of in between. And in my Brachy Emilia. Yeah, so that's the 5 that I own. Introduce a tarantula. Okay, I'm going to have to stop the video here and do the introduction for you. So let's do that quickly. Right guys, so this is my Lasiodora difficilis, this is Kong. This is the second spider that I got, or the second tarantula. Absolutely fantastic tea. It's definitely in pre-molt. I dropped a cricket in there, but she hasn't taken it. I think it's a female, and I asked Dave from Area Arachnids to have a check. Well, I put it on the Facebook group, and he responded to say he thinks it's a female. So look, we'll probably have to be able to tell a lot more easily when the next molt happens. But she is fantastic. I love this tea. Well, I love all of them, but this one has got a real attitude, and when you put the crickets in, it's tickets for the crickets. So, but I think she's in a serious pre-molt at the moment because she hasn't taken the cricket that I put in there. So I think we're going to have a molt coming up pretty soon, and that is going to be fantastic. Cool, on to the next question. Yep, I hope you enjoyed that. That is a great tea. If you got, it's a very, very similar to the Lasiodora perihabana, but great species. Gets nice, really big, chunky. So, okay, then question number 7 is feed a tarantula. Okay, so let me pause here, and then we'll get on. We'll put that one on now too. Right, guys. Okay, we are going to feed Choco, my Brazilian red and white bird eater, which is the Nandu chromatus. We don't have much choice actually, because Grizzly is underground, Kong is in pre-molt, Grumpy Stripes is in his hide and not coming out, and my little baby Emilia has burrowed, so we're not going to be able to get anything out of that. So this comes down to default to the only one that's out, and I'm not sure if she is going to eat, but I'll attempt it anyway. So there's a cricket. Oh, okay, well, she never disappoints, but she's also getting quite tubby, so I wasn't sure if she was going to have something, but now she's under her plant, so I found really good footage for you. And now she's reversing just because I've taken the camera this way. But these Nandu chromatus are really fantastic eaters, and a fantastic looking spider as well. Well, okay, well, you've seen her eat, so let's pop on to the next question. Cool, so I hope you enjoyed that feeding. I'm hoping that one's going to molt soon as well, because well, I'd like to see that one get even bigger. Plus, I like scaring my mommy-in-law. Next question is favorite YouTube channels. Everybody that did this Q&A hated that question. Look, I've had a lot of time to think about it, obviously, so I'm going to have to go with Petco from the Dark Den, obviously, because he was very instrumental in getting me started back into the hobby when my first TE died. It took me about another probably year and a half before I started thinking, well, maybe I should try this again. I used to basically what I used to do is click on open up YouTube, type in Tarantula, and then just watch the auto playlist. But he was the first person I subscribed to. I don't know, there was just something about the guy and his channel that really was relatable to me, so I really enjoyed his channel. So he was instrumental in getting me started. That being said, there was probably about 20 or 30 other people's videos that I was watching at the same time. He was the only one that I subscribed to. But now that I've been I've kind of joined the Tarantula YouTube community on Facebook, and obviously through the last few months of going through everything, you start to see who's who, and say, oh, I watched that video 2 years ago. Watch this, and so you kind of, I kind of started to see who was who, and I've been watching a lot of the big channels. And well, I suppose a wide variety of channels actually, trying to get myself educated enough to do a proper job of keeping the tarantulas second time round. Good. Then we'll get to the next question, which is question number 9. Do I have any other exotic animals? Well, I suppose it's a yes and no. They're not exotic to me, but they would be to anybody else out in another part of the world. I've got 2 little jumping spiders. I found them in my garden. I really love jumping spiders. They've always been one of the things that I've loved to watch. They just seem so intelligent, and they've got their eyes that watch the prey, and they actually fixate on it, and you can actually see them figuring out a way of how they're going to get around the obstacles and get the prey caught. So to me, they look like very, very intelligent animals, and I really enjoyed them. So when I saw these in the garden, I thought, well, let me catch them. I've got nice bottles that I can use for them as enclosures. So that's 2 of them. Other animals, I've got a small little aquarium behind me. Let me just show you that. Nothing spectacular. I've got a few neons, corridors, catfish. And well, I think the one fish that's in there that I really like is it's a little ancestress sucker mouth catfish. It's like they've got like a sucker kind of mouth, and they suck onto the glass and they clean the algae off. It reminds me of a creepy crawly pool cleaner that goes cleans up cleans the cage, the aquarium. So yeah, anyway, that I don't know if it's really an exotic, but and other animals I have that are not exotics is I've got a Jack Russell Terrier Digger. You saw him in the other video. Then I've got a South African Boerboel Mastiff mixed with a Golden Lab called Tyson, and then my mom-in-law stays with us, and she's got a little Scottish Terrier called Lassie. She's down there. Where's she? Hello. She's cute. Anyway, so that's about it for the animals for me. Okay, then what is the next question? Oh, question number 10 is Shanti's questions to me. Shanti, you cheated. You asked me 3 questions in one. Anyway, let's get on to this. The first part of the question was, how is keeping tarantulas benefiting me as a person? For me, it's definitely about the time that with the family. You know, the other hobbies that I had before, I'd be out on the road on the bicycle and I wouldn't be at home, or I'd be at the shooting range, shooting, doing archery, and I wouldn't be at home. Neither one of those things the kids could do with me, or or my wife could do with me. So it's benefiting me in the way that I've got something that I really love doing now. It's here in my little office and at home, and I'm here all the time now over the weekends. So there's nothing kind of taking time away from the family. So that is how it's benefited me. It's benefited me as well with the amount of connection I've had with people from around the world that I would otherwise have never ever been able to make contact with. I wouldn't have known these people even exist. And I've got some friendships now with certain people in the YouTube community that I've connected with, and we've liked the kind of person that the other person is, and we've made that connection. And yeah, so I've made friends, and with my kind of person, my kind of personality, I'm shy and I don't relate very well with people. I don't meet people very well, I should say. I'm maybe because I'm too shy and reserved. So if it wasn't for this hobby, I wouldn't have been able to make those friends. Then what skills have I gained? Well, pretty much just in the hobby itself. I've gained the skill of knowing how to care for the tarantulas properly, what kind of substrates they need, what kind of humidities they need, how often to feed, how to sort out humidity, those kind of things. And I've learned obviously how to make enclosures and that kind of thing by watching the other videos, although I haven't made yet. So yeah, that's the skills that I've gained plus I've had to learn how to to operate this little program that I use on the phone, although that's very simple, so I don't know if that's a skill. Then have I grown as a person? Definitely yes. My introverted nature, I would, like I said, I wouldn't have been able to speak with somebody just off the bat without knowing them. So it's given me a lot more confidence. The feedback and the positivity of the Facebook community, or the Facebook YouTube community that I'm in, that has helped me to be a lot less concerned and a lot less stressed about the videos that I'm putting out there as well. Because I was very concerned that being so new, starting a channel because it was what I wanted to do, something that I was passionate about starting, and I thought, well, I might not get a great response from the people that actually know what they're talking about, and but anyway, have I grown as a person? Definitely yes. Then question number 11 is, who am I going to tag, and what is my question to that person? My choice for my tag is going to be Kelly Fornes. He's new to our Facebook Tarantula YouTube community, but he's a very experienced keeper and he's got a lot of knowledge. I've seen a few of his videos already. I've just recently subscribed to him. I still got to catch up on a lot of the videos that he's put out there, but what I have seen has been extremely impressive. Great footage, and he really knows what he's doing. And I've learned some new stuff from him as well, like the pairing of the baboon tarantulas that he had. I forget which species it was, but that particular species creates a hammock for its egg sacs. So the mother tarantula doesn't have to keep circulating the air and all that with the eggs. So that was fascinating to me, and it's just another thing to show that this hobby is, just because you've got one tarantula doesn't mean the next one's going to be the same. So anyway, California, you are tagged, and my question to you is, do you keep wild caught animals, tarantulas or scorpions or whatever it is, and if you do, why? And if you don't, what is the reason for that as well? So that'll be my questions to you, and I'm really looking forward to your answers, because I know you're quite seasoned in the in the hobby, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on those two questions. So cool, and we'll see Kelly in his next video. So thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you keeping an eye on my channel and watching. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. See you later.